Hey, thanks for coming in. I know you're just blowing off steam. I know you get upset, but you got to keep a low profile here, all right? People are starting to notice, Jeff.
Well, excuse me. Ever crossed your mind maybe I'm a little bummed out about being dead?
You know what? That's bull. You always use that as an excuse, Jeff. Stop using that as an excuse.
Has my work started to fall off?
You killed little Bobby Knight. I mean, you did it. I told management Paulie did it just so you wouldn't get suspended again.
You got a pretty short memory there, Dan. I've been pulling my weight around here since day one. I thought my own best friend would have noticed that.
Look. You're always going to be my best friend. Always my best friend on this show. Let me see. Kind of rude you stand here while I'm talking to somebody. I don't do that with you.
He knows too much. They all know too much.
Don't you worry, my friend. Don't you worry. Soon the network will get rid of the Danettes. They know they're worthless. And then it'll be just you and me creating an empire.
How will the network discover that?
Because I'll make the Danettes do the box score. Nobody watches the box score. And it starts right now.
I don't know a lot about sports, but I can drink a lot of beer.
My motto is simple. C's get degrees.
Need a long, inappropriate hug? I'm your man.
I think I'm smarter than you, because I probably am.
Howard Coward for box score. Hello and welcome to the Box Score. I'm Brock in Los Angeles, joined by the Danettes in Milford, Connecticut. Guys, I feel like a broken record here. Another night, another great NBA Finals, and now the Cavs are up 2-1 in this series thanks to the heroics of King James. McLovin, what is different about LeBron now than when he was winning with the Heat?
Well, he gets to shoot the ball 107 times a game. I think he's now a volume shooter because he doesn't have Wade, he doesn't have Bosh. And it's my theory that people do not like me for, that he's more relaxed without Irving there and more relaxed without Love there. So he can just go to town because he knows when you know it's either you or nobody shooting the ball, then you're more relaxed.
You made this point the other day, and I someone dismissed it. I don't know if Dan, someone dismissed it, but you got a point. I like it in what we did. Imagine if it was just you and Dan, or you and any of us and Dan. It's two people. It's there's no one else to go to. There's no one else to if there's four of us trying. We have four mics. We have to be aware of each other. You have to pick your spots.
Pick and choose your shots.
You have to look.
Metaphor,
Here, if it was you and Dan hosting the show one day because the other three of us couldn't make it in, we've had that before. I can't remember when. You just kind of 1-2. It simplifies it. Not easier, but simplifies it. Those are two different things.
One time in 2009, I was the only one down in Tampa for a day with Dan.
Yes.
Oh, it was like heaven on earth. He's just like, hey, McLovin, what do you think?
Yeah,
just a lot of, you're the only one I'm looking at. What's your opinion?
There was that one time in 2007. One time.
Maybe someday again.
09. It was
maybe it was heaven for one side of the equation.
November 14th, 2009.
2009.
One of the greatest shows we've ever had, in my opinion.
Of course. All right, well, the voice of the series, Mike Tirico, called in and talked about why there's so much hatred towards LeBron.
It's keen to dislike anybody who's oversaturated, who everybody feels like we're being told that he's the best, as opposed to earning it. But when we take a step back and look, from high school, when his games were on national TV, from cover of SI in high school all the way through, for the most part, the guy has delivered, and save the decision, he hasn't done the wrong thing. He has stayed out of trouble. He stayed out of the headlines. But because he is the one who we all say, this guy's going to do great things, people say, you know what? Stop force-feeding me LeBron James.
Again, when we have guys like Mike Tirico on, all I could think about is his schedule. Not about what he has to say about LeBron James. I'm just like, my God, this guy, why the hell would he get up at 9 o'clock to call us? Why wouldn't he sleep in or go to a continental breakfast or hit the driving range or do work?
Go for a leisurely walk.
Mike can easily say no to us, and he doesn't. And I mean, I'm not in this position where I'm a big-time media personality who's got to save his voice, but if I were a guy like Mike Tirico, I'd be like, I'm not doing anything, but Mike's a pro and will do it for Dan and for others, and he knows to promote his network, but I don't think
He's a complete addict. He needs a mic in front of him all the time. Like in his off day, he'll go he's probably announcing a high school baseball game. Just he cannot stay away from the mic.
He's a worker. He really
How many
is.
games a week does he do on average?
I'll bet you he does 80 games a year. And if you think that doesn't sound like a lot, that's a truckload.
That's a lot.
And I might be underselling it. I don't even know.
that might be underselling it because he does like
He does college
The amount
football.
of
he does a
prep that
double
has to
dip
go into
football.
that.
Doesn't he
With a
do?
very
Oh
short
yeah, he
amount
does
of
college
time
football and college
to
basketball in the
do
same week for sure.
And Monday night.
Or he'll do
He'll
Monday
do
night
college
football.
football. He'll do 3 during the season.
I mean, most guys would be happy to be the Monday night football host, and that's your entire
That's
year.
your whole gig.
You know?
Oh my God!
And he could do that if he wanted to.
Heck,
You have to know a little bit about everything like that. It's pretty amazing.
Yep.
Well, the guy's got to work. He's got bills. Dan was asking people if they would put a week's worth of pay on the series. Now, Fritz, you never struck me as a gambler. I think you keep it pretty close to the waist. But would you put a week's pay on getting Jordan in studio before the show goes off the air for good?
I would not do that, only because our past history suggests that he's never going to come on. We will keep trying, and we will keep asking, and we will find every possible hook, angle, movie, anything that might, allow him to agree to take a few
In
minutes for the
studio.
show. But and that would be just.
Would you guys give up a week's pay to have Michael Jordan in studio for an hour? 1 week's pay. You give up that paycheck that week. All 4 of us have to agree.
No,
You wouldn't?
Not even close.
I wouldn't even
No.
consider it.
We have bills to pay. Everything.
Oh yeah, I know. No, hell no.
You couldn't make it 1 week without.
I guess I could, but I don't know.
Dude, the guy.
Why the hell should I? The guy's a billionaire.
No, it's not like he gets it.
Yeah, but even still, the principle of it that I have to get. No, I have a family. No, hell, I don't make millions of dollars a year. No way. For an hour? Hell no.
No, it'd be great, but a week's pay? I don't even think he's my number 1 guy.
No, not necessarily. But I
Yeah.
mean, that would be an occasion.
A week's pay is a lot of money, and DP put Tirico on the spot and asked him if he'd put a week's pay down on the series.
At the end of the game last night, for the first time, I thought Cleveland was going to win this series. First time. So I wouldn't be very comfortable doing that at all right now. I can't believe that they're going to keep going like this. I can't. LeBron's exhausted. We're sitting over on the Cleveland bench side. He comes over exhausted. Every time out, guys are giving him fluids, rubbing his legs so he doesn't cramp. Can he do it for 2 more games? I want to say no, but so far he's answered every question. So first time I'm leaning Cleveland. First time.
Yeah, this has sort of always been the question right from, I guess, the start of Game 1, really, was can LeBron do this? Or certainly as the series has gone on, can LeBron do this all by himself as, the Cavaliers keep dropping like flies? But I can't get myself to that point. I'm very much there's no way he could do this for 4 games to win. There's no way. And, yeah, LeBron's 1 basket away from being 3-0 and looking at a sweep.
And the way Dan
in the
presented it,
series.
that taking the Cavs to just win 2 more games versus the Warriors 3, it just seems like the Cavs should be able to do that. But I still would take the Warriors if we had a bet.
We should bet. We should all bet on this. Who wants to put 20 on the Warriors? Who wants to put 20 on the Cavs?
I'll put 20 on the Warriors.
Yeah, I like Golden State too.
Yeah.
Do you want to take
I'll take 20 on it. I'll take the Cavs because they have the lead. I think I'm going to play the
McLovin
odds.
Isles that put 20 each on the Cavs? You guys put 20 each on the Warriors. Box score bet.
We like it. Hey, McLovin.
Brock, you want in on this?
Oh, yeah, of course. I'll take. I'll take Cleveland. I'll take
There's only
Cleveland.
2 to choose from.
Let me ask you this, McLovin. In 20 years, what will we remember about Matthew Dellavedova's career?
Matthew Dellavedova.
20 years, you won't remember his career. You'll have absolutely no idea.
Remember, who was that guy who looked a little like Ricky Gervais, a little like Seton, according to some people? I call him Scrappy Doo. He had that funny last name.
Scrappy dude.
What was that guy's name? Remember he scored like 12 points a game in the finals, and the media almost threw out their back trying to praise him so
And they
much.
ultimately lost in 7 games.
And they ultimately lost. Oh, no, I just spent 20 bucks on him.
I like that.
And then, no, I don't know. I think, all right, I'm going to make a prediction. He's a young guy. I'll bet you he's a starting point guard in the NBA somewhere in 2 years. I think we're going to.
Who was the hero 20 years ago in the NBA?
Well,
Finals?
I looked at the 10 most surprising heroes in NBA history. It was basically 10 white guys who were like, wow, this
Oh,
guy
wait,
can
Big
play.
Shot Bob.
Big Shot Bob was 7. Phil Jackson was 1. Steve Kerr was 2.
What about Danny Ainge?
Danny Ainge. Yeah, no, why would Danny Ainge
He didn't start for the Celtics for a lot of his career.
Danny Ainge started a lot of his career. Danny Ainge was a star. He was.
When they were winning titles, he was not a full-time starter. He came off the bench a lot. And then as they moved on, he became like the new version. I mean, he had a really good career. I mean, Dellavedova's not close to Danny Ainge yet, but he's also 23.
He's probably closer to like J.J. Barea, who remember he had a good run
Yeah.
in 11 for the.
Good call.
Yeah, everybody. Nobody talks about that anymore. Nobody cares. He's
He's
still
a
at least
scrappy
playing
guy.
in the league. Nobody cares what the Mavs did.
That feels like 15 years ago.
Who cares? Nobody cares about J.J. Barea.
Everyone
Nobody, it's a total
cares.
afterthought.
I care about Matthew Dellavedova.
offense.
And you know what I care about most is when he goes in the front row and takes out rich people. That's my favorite thing. He's a true hero. Hey, speaking of heroes, Dan gets to talk to one of his heroes today. And of course, any self-respecting superhero would want to drive a Ram 1500 EcoDiesel. Am I right? Yeah. What? Batman would trade in the Batmobile for the Ram 1500 EcoDiesel. I'm going out to get the Joker. I'm going to fight crime in my Ram 1500 EcoDiesel. And I'll do it in our most fuel-efficient half-ton truck on the planet. Oh, get more facts at ramtrucks.com and keep the streets safe. Guts, glory, Ram. Welcome back to Box Score. A major guest from Dan Patrick's bucket list was on the show today. Ryan from $1 Million Listing. They had a little brush by in the city. Fritzy, what was Dan's reaction when you told him that Ryan was going to be on?
He was excited about it. He wanted to know if we had already told him in advance about their little run-in, about getting blown off in the city. So I decided to leave that out. Not that he wouldn't come on. He may even have wanted to come on more to have a little fun with that. But he was pumped about it. He loves the show, and it seemed like a logical thing to invite the guy on and let them have a little fun, a little banter on the air.
McLovin Sirhan gave DP the Heisman when they saw each other on the street. Have you ever given a celebrity more famous than you, obviously, the Heisman and then realized it later?
No, I snubbed someone, a la Seinfeld.
You straight up snubbed someone.
I snubbed someone. I don't know if I can bring up her name.
Sure you can.
Go for it.
I snubbed Maria Menounos.
Wow.
She said something I didn't appreciate about the boss, and she came up to me and said, "Hey," and I just said, "No, thank you."
Nice. It's great. Hammer. No, thank you.
It's great. Pretty much negged her. So you're getting like a double whammy.
You know
there.
what?
You went. Not only did you get a lot of street cred for sticking up for Dan, you're also following the game. Where
Yeah,
she's just
I
like,
know.
whoa, wait a minute, why did this guy just like? Now she's really interested. Now you got her.
Well, I would have to nag her 1,000 times for her to be interested, but she's a lot more attractive than I am.
Well, you need one to get two, pal. You're on
Yeah.
your way.
Oh, that's just one man's
Hope she's
opinion.
watching.
Probably truthful. Well,
love
once
you, Maria.
Ryan and DP got past the awkward diss, he delved into Ryan's real estate expertise and asked him what the New York City man cave was worth.
So, I mean, I'm very familiar, obviously, with Soho. I mean, 4,000 square feet on Varick Street, which is roughly 1.5, maybe 2 blocks from where I personally live. If that's residential, you have 4,000 square feet with those corner windows.
Yeah.
I mean, you could get at least $10 million. Milford, Connecticut is so outside my realm of reality. 2,000 square feet in Milford. I don't know. That looks like a place I'd spend like $700,000 on, maybe.
Yeah, he says Milford, Connecticut, out of the realm of reality, like it's a place on Game of Thrones. Where he's just like, there's no way that Lothario of Milford could be real, and you're like,
Or like a small town in North Dakota we're speaking of.
Yeah,
He could be here in 60 minutes.
right? Yeah, it's like right there from where you are. It's
very
like right
dismissive.
here.
That's funny though.
But New Yorkers do get locked into their own little bubble.
Sure.
Of like, especially like if you're on Manhattan, be like, oh, I gotta go all the way to Brooklyn. This is the worst, or vice versa.
Yeah.
That's definitely a thing.
Oh,
I gotta go all the way to the island.
Hey, Paulie, if a major sports story had broken about 20 minutes prior to Ryan coming on, would Dan allow you guys to bump him?
Yeah, well, Dan wouldn't have a choice. That'd be one of those where, first of all, Dan would not keep him, so I wouldn't even have to think about that. Dan wouldn't think for a second. If LeBron James broken toe out for the series, bye Ryan Sirhan. Have you on tomorrow, or maybe a couple days from now. But we are a sports show, and breaking news blows out just about anybody. Now that being said, what if it were, Brock? Let's take it to the next level. Let's say we had Bill Clinton booked for a phone interview.
Right.
Not a sitting president, an ex-president. Sitting president you can't blow off. But let's say Bill Clinton was booked for the next segment, and 3 minutes before that segment, LeBron James broken toe out for the series.
I think you have to.
You only get one choice.
But
It's
you-
either
you-
get rid of him Or keep him.
But we can at least announce that LeBron. We can
Right.
share the news that we just heard that LeBron is out for the series.
Right, but then someone who tunes in 3 minutes in the Bill Clinton segment goes, "What the hell is LeBron
You
broke his
combo
toe?"
platter it. You say, Mr. President,
What do you think about
do you think the
LeBron's
Cavs can do it without LeBron James?
I see you guys.
Would you
think gotta
cancel or
listen.
keep and do the interview?
I would keep Bill Clinton and do the best I can to incorporate.
What's the
LeBron. Not in the
governmental
interview, but make sure-
equivalent of that? Is it like you losing your Secretary of Defense at this time?
I think
or
Bill
like-
Clinton would have to go bye-bye.
I'd keep Bill Clinton.
If LeBron James was out for the series and was just
Now, are we in the third hour or the first hour? Because if
we're on live.
We're on live. I'm just saying, like, you can just you can tease. We'll get to LeBron in a minute. We can announce during the interview break we're on with Bill Clinton, and give us a little time to process it. I think it'd be fun to have Bill on. Also, can you imagine the Cavs without LeBron? Now that would be a fun team to watch. Like Della Devovic shooting 20 times. That would be awesome.
That'd be a desperate
I don't know
catfight.
why. Yeah.
All right, guys, we are going to take a break from all of this. Coming up, we are still outraged by something Dan said yesterday.
What about Star Wars?
No.
You saw it though, right?
I never saw an episode. What? Never saw an
You
episode.
never seen Star Wars 1?
I no, I didn't see. I just knew the characters. I'd see a little bit of it, but then like Chewbacca and R2-D2, like
We're back here on the box score. Guys, the boss threw us all into stunned silence after that confession. Well, after we got over our initial heartbreak, we wondered what other cinematic classics he hasn't laid his eyes on. Well, it's time to figure that out. It's time to play.
I'm in control of this.
I'm going to throw a movie out there. You tell me if the boss saw it, and if he did, whether he loved it or hated it, or whether he didn't see it at all.
This is a callback.
We will start with Paulie here. The movie is Twister. Did he see it, and if so, did he like it?
He used to be a big Helen Hunt fan.
Yes.
He doesn't like those kind of movies, though. Dan may not have known Helen Hunt was in the movie, or he would have seen it. I'm going to say no to Twister.
How about Fritzy? What do you think?
I'm going to say he did not see Twister. Did they make a naked Twister version, or that was just strictly
Of course they
Twister?
did.
There's no
Of
sequel
course they
or
did.
anything. They did make a naked. I'm going to say he did not see Twister.
Seaton, what are your thoughts?
Not only did Dan see the movie, I think he's got a surprising amount of praise for the movie. I think he really liked it.
McLovin?
His depth.
Dan is totally into Twister. He's probably seen it twice. I have no idea, but I feel a yes is coming.
All right, and Dan's answer for Twister is?
Twister. I played Twister. I never watched Twister. And I don't think the movie was as fun as playing the game of Twister that I played.
Oh.
A little naked Twister
I
reference.
guess
So actually,
so.
I think you get the points on
Don't
that
I should
one.
get something. Half a point.
Very good. Moving on here. Fritzy, start us off. The movie is Avatar. Did he see it, and did he like it?
Hell no.
I'm going to say, I'm going to say he saw Avatar and hated it.
James Cameron.
All right, Paulie?
Did not see that. No chance. No chance.
Seaton?
Hell no.
McLovin?
Zero chance, because he would have talked about a movie with 11-foot-tall blue men running around.
That's
He would've-
right up his alley.
He would have mentioned that in the man cave.
And he might have spoken Navi. All right, Dan's answer for Avatar is?
Avatar, I did not. I don't like special effects and sci-fi and any of those things. So, no, I didn't watch Avatar.
Shocking. Everyone's correct on that one. McLovin, let's get things going here.
I got that wrong.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. The movie is The Siege. Did he see it? And if so, did he like it?
The Siege.
Is this a Seagal movie?
Great. Did anyone see this
Is
movie?
that Annette Bening in there too?
I've seen The Siege. I thought they were talking about the movie with Ethan Hawke where you can kill people one night a year.
That's The Surge, or Purge, or whatever it is.
That's on cable.
Purge to Anarchy.
I don't think Dan has seen The Siege.
All right,
because
Fritzy.
You never know with random 90 movies.
I'm going to say no, that was not on his radar at all. And,
Seaton?
He probably has not heard of that movie.
Yeah, I'm gonna say yes. He has seen.
Yeah, this seems like a trick question. No way would anyone pick The Siege, some horrible dated movie, unless Dan maybe had seen it. I'm gonna say yes, he did.
All right, Dan's answer for The Siege is?
The Siege, I did not see.
That was that quick.
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
All right, and finally, Seton, the movie is Predator. Did he see it? And if so, did he like it?
Oh, hell yeah, dude. Oh.
Sci-fi.
Right, but who hasn't seen
How can you not
Predator?
see Predator?
Who hasn't seen
Dude,
that?
the guy
green
hasn't-
blood all over the place?
He hasn't seen Star Wars.
Jesse
Who hasn't
Ventura,
seen
Carl
that?
Weathers,
Get to the chopper.
Arnold? Stogies? He's seen it. He must have seen
Billy from 48 Hours.
Fritzy?
Wait.
I'm going to say he did see Predator and he enjoyed it.
McLovin, your thoughts?
Is Get in the Chopper from Predator
Isn't that
or from
Commando?
Commando?
That was Commando.
Okay.
Okay.
Because there are a
Don't
lot of
listen to Brock.
choppers in Predator too.
He didn't
but I
know
would
what the
say
hell
no.
he's talking
I
about.
like Commando.
I will say yes. How can you miss Predator?
All right,
Who hasn't seen Predator?
Dan's answer for Predator is?
Predator, no, I don't think did not see Predator.
What's he doing all day?
Yeah, I know. What? How is he? How is
That
he?
guy hasn't seen Star Wars. He's a freak of nature.
Okay, he doesn't take care of his kids. He doesn't golf anymore.
Doesn't see movies.
He's got the next.
He's got a guy in the back downloading movies for him all day long.
Yeah.
What movies are these? Hey, I need more movies on this iPad. What movies are these if it's not Star Wars and Predator?
Unbelievable.
I don't know what he's
What the hell is he
watching.
doing?
If you haven't paid attention,
hasn't
he
half-watched
didn't see
Predator?
any of them. He's probably watching Rogue, available on Audience. The Danny Award for Excellence in Dan Patrick
Shameless.
Movie Appreciation is McLovin. Congratulations. Why not look befuddled there? All right, don't go away. We're taking a break to remind you that the Ram 1500 Eco Diesel, no, it's the Ram Heavy Duty, doesn't need a break. That's right. It's best in class towing, torque, and horsepower. It'll get to the chopper. Doesn't care what movie that is. All right, Guts, Glory, get to the chopper, Ram.
If they win the title, you'll never forget Matt Dellavedova.
The NCAA tournament is littered with guys like this.
This is the NBA Finals, not March Madness. Just admit it, you don't like it.
I'm getting a lot of comparisons to him. I'm sort of gritty / gutty.
You got a gut.
My gutty is
You
a
got
little
a gutty.
different.
You got a big gutty.
Welcome back to Box Score. Closing up shop here at the Box Score Bar. Guys, I don't know about you, but I didn't know about Matthew Dellavedova until about a couple weeks ago. But now he is trending #1 all over this glorious planet of ours. And it got me thinking about other out-of-nowhere players that had amazing runs. So I'm going to throw out some guys here, and you tell me whose unexpected run you would want to have. We'll start off, of course, with Matthew Dellavedova, and then his current run right now, or maybe Pablo Sandoval's run with the Giants in 2012 in the World Series, or J.J. Barea run with the Mavs, of course, and finally Dave Eckstein's run with the Angels in 2002 that ended up in a World Series. Paulie, what do you think?
I'm gonna go old school. Eckstein. I liked him. Likable guy. Got a ring. Nice player. Had a pretty solid career.
The Jewish Sports Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he's in. By the way, he told us on our show he was inducted into the Jewish American Sports Hall of Fame whilst not being Jewish, which shows you how good of an athlete he was, whilst not being Jewish.
That really annoyed me about Eckstein, by the way.
How about you, McLovin? Who would you take in that group?
Well, I mean, Pablo Sandoval was like a huge prospect and has had an all-star career. He doesn't fit in with that group at all, and he does it every year. Has he done it like 6 years out in a row? So I gotta be Pablo Sandoval because he's like the legit talent on that list.
Fritzy, what do you think?
I'm gonna go Eckstein. He had a nice run there, and I think that's the way to go there. I was leaning towards Dellavedova, but that would have only been because he's in the forefront of our minds because he's playing right now. But I enjoyed
Is he
watching
easier to take because though you give up your Judaism, you keep a Jewish-sounding last name?
Yeah, I have a little bit of a bias because I still believe that somehow, some way, he's at least 1% Jewish, and he's just, for whatever reason, he's in denial about it, or he hasn't gone through his family tree enough to find out that he is actually at least partially Jewish.
Perhaps Sephardic. Seton, your choice?
There's really only one choice on that list. It's the guy who's changed the sport as we know it. He's really just sort of a true hero to everyone, despite the fact that he hasn't won anything yet. And that's Mr. Dellavedova. He's really the guy that you have to go with because he's just...
Look, there you are.
A little sarcasm.
Side by side.
Yeah, that's me.
Very baffled.
That's a good look. All right, Fritzy, who's on tomorrow, please?
Director, actor, author, screenwriter Judd Apatow is joining us. We only have one guest so far, so I'm giving you a whole list of things that Judd does well. He's got a new movie coming out called Trainwreck, and he also has a new book coming out.
Is that Amy Schumer?
Yeah, Amy Schumer. LeBron actually has a cameo in that, and Tony Romo, I believe, Chris Everett, Marv Albert have cameos in that. So that will be so far what we're looking at. We may hear from Mark Jackson or Luke Walton. So that's where we're at right now.
My little sister has a cameo in that
Luke
movie.
Walton
How
was a
about
maybe,
that?
and I have a feeling that the way things went last night all of a sudden made him unavailable.
We shall see. Thank you, gentlemen. We are back tomorrow, same time, same channel. The podcast is available on iTunes or at podcast1.com. Cheers.
I don't know a lot about sports, but I can drink a lot of beer.
My motto is simple. C's get degrees.
Need a long, inappropriate hug? I'm your man.
I think I'm smarter than you because I probably am.
Hey, thanks for watching The Box Score. Holy cow!